Hi and welcome to this edition of TTF OTG.
The what?
With me, Mr. Chumley Warner.
Me, Jason Bangers. So on today's episode of
TTF OTG.
we've got an Xbox.
Original Xbox.
What was it called?
It was just the Xbox.
It's not the Cube, no. It's not an Xbox One.
No, it's the original Xbox.
So being really thick, am I right in thinking that an Xbox One is a much newer version than that?
Yeah, Xbox One's third generation.
Well, that's a daft bloody thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like going backwards, isn't it?
I've got an Xbox 360, right?
That's number 2 in the series.
Is it?
Yeah, the second generation. This is the first one.
That's
Xbox
great.
360 is number 2, and the Xbox One is number 3, believe it or not.
So you live and you learns, tubers. What it is here today, we've gone arcade crazy on your asses. I love it, and we really going back into the old games like Robotron and Defender. With that Pandora's Box thing we showed you, Robotron wasn't on there, Defender wasn't on there, and they're two of the most important games for me and Simon personally because we really like them. However, there is a way that you can play Robotron as it was back in the day in the arcades, and you can play Defender back as it was in the 80s. Just like the old days. And if you've got a CRT monitor, put the modern box, even though this is, what, I don't know, 2001.
2001 these came out.
So this is like 18 years old, nearly 20-year-old.
Mm.
But you put that through an old CRT monitor and it will look so much better. What we're showing you on here, which is like a, I don't know, it's an LCD screen. It ain't the same, is it? So,
No.
Explain what is a CRT monitor, Simon?
Well, you've got a big glass tube, and you've got these sort of electron guns that shoot particles down the tube in different colours, and that makes your picture. It's all magic.
It's basically the same, exactly the same, but a bit smaller than the Large Hadron Collider, the LHD.
But less dangerous, and no universe is created.
Yeah, actually, we are actually going backwards, I think. I mean, with today's technology, all right, this is an LCD, so this is really old TV, this one. But that is just a series of dots, and it really is little dots. You can get close enough and see them. You can't see dots on a CRT because it doesn't work that way. It's more like a projection, isn't it? Kind of.
Well, it is. It's projecting from the back of the tube onto the screen. It's amazing technology.
You get smoother edges, better visual pleasure, especially for gaming. Anyway, Simon, you tell the good folk how they can enjoy the wondrous games that are Robotron and Defender and many, many more, but those are the ones that have been left out of most retro
Collections, really.
they're the
collections.
one because the controls were quite difficult, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, we thought, well, if you guys have got like an old Xbox lying at home, why not? Why instead of leaving it in the cupboard, get it out?
Or if you're like me and you've got an Xbox 360, you can do the same thing.
And what we've done here is, on eBay, we've found a whole collection. Midway arcade treasures, so it's got Defender on, it's got Defender 2 Stargate, it's got Robotron, loads of good games. And amazingly, on eBay, these are only about a $5. So,
However, they only work on this one. They don't work on the 360. Sorry to interrupt you there.
but as you've,
No, the ones for a $5 I meant.
yeah, but I was going to say, Jay's just been on eBay and he's found an Xbox 60 version.
360.
Yeah, and that will work as well.
Yeah.
Slightly more money.
Cost me 20 quid, but
Yeah.
you know, if you've got the Xbox 360, spend 20 quid and get one.
So there you go.
The only thing that remains now is to show you, innit?
Yeah, and what we've got on the screen at the moment, we've got Robotron.
Ooh, we only stayed up till late last night to play that.
Before we do anything, let's just show you, because I've got a controller in my hand. This is the first Xbox controller, if you can see. It's a lot bigger and chunkier than
Sorry, I'm steamed up. What?
than the original. So that's the first one you got with it. That's the original controller.
They come with that.
Yeah, but then they changed those ones into these ones.
Why on earth did they do that?
And then I've also got over there. That's like an arcade stick version
Oh wow.
of the Xbox controller.
Oh, I've never seen that. You ain't shown me that before. I didn't even
No,
know
I don't.
You
know.
snake in the grass.
Yeah, and I'll tell you a little story about that later. What we plan to do with that. So here we go.
Come on, Simon. Show him some Robotron. Do you want me to turn it around a little bit?
Yeah.
'Cause you can't see Jack, can you? I love that controller, man. I can't believe you've never shown me that before.
Here we go.
I hope you can hear it.
So we've got to use the joystick on the left to move the man, and then we're using the 4 buttons for firing. But there we go.
It's just like the actual arcade game, isn't it?
Yeah. There we go. We don't want to go on too much, but
Oh, a nice cup of whiskey that was.
there we go.
You just got to love it. It's so addictive, man.
Yeah.
So let's just show them there. So that's your move your man around. Now, if you remember on the original arcade game, you had 2 joysticks. One was for fire. You just moved it around. One moved your man. So you can do parallel fire and horizontal fire by holding 2 down, 1 up, down, left, right, both together, top, both together. So you can do that. Brilliant. You can go east, west and all that sort of stuff, north, east, south, west. You know what I'm saying, don't you?
Yeah.
One of the hardest games to come across, if you're even thinking about buying an original, it's got to be Defender. Now, I have looked for years to try and be able to play Defender. I said to Simon, I've got to play Defender. I need to. And he said, what is this? So we'll show you what Defender looks like on here. It sounds and looks absolutely spot on. I think it's just terrific. Do you want to do the business side?
Yeah, let's get Defender on the go, shall we? Right, let's press start.
It's a nutty game.
A little bit tricky. Got the old smart bombs there, you can pick up your men.
There's one slight issue with your toggle. If you go to the left, it will turn around and go backwards, and if you push it right, it will turn around and go forwards. Whereas usually it was just a button that turned it about face. On here you've got the button and the toggle doing that, if you know what I mean. It's 2 ways of hitting reverse. It can get a little bit mad.
And it's so easy to get killed.
Yeah. Yeah. If that is not Defender, then I don't know what it is. That is bang on, isn't it? That's as good as a retro copy, as good as any copy you'll ever see.
So there you go.
Cracking replica of the game. Brilliant.
And you've also got, let's just show you quickly, that's Defender, you've got Defender 2.
Or took a headphone socket out also.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you can hear this, Tubes, anyway.
And then we'll show you, what else we got? Has anyone heard of Smash TV?
I hadn't until last night, to be honest.
Smash TV,
It's Robotron, basically.
yeah, it's the guy who designed Robotron. This was like an updated version, sort of based on the Running Man film.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I'll buy that for $1.
That's the one.
Something like that.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
We'll just give you a little bit because it does go on.
Cameras. The Running Man stage. It's a mental game.
Same kind of controls as Robotron, you know, firing in different directions. And you just got to shoot everything.
So it goes mad.
Collects all the money. It's just mental.
This goes berserk. And you can go on to YouTube if you like and you can find them yourself. So the games on here are as follows. You've got Spy Hunter, Defender, Defender 2, and then you got
Gauntlet.
oh, it's an A, I beg your pardon.
That's the sort of famous Atari game.
Yeah, Gauntlet, yeah. You got Joust,
That one there.
Joust 2, Paperboy, Rampage, Marble Madness. Then you've got, I can't, you know, I'm better off without them, that's much better. Then you've got Robotron, which
Robotron 2000, because it was meant to be sort of set in the future.
Oh, okay, so Marble Madness, Robotron, Smash TV, Bubbles,
That one there.
Road Blaster, Blaster, Rampant, Sinister, 720, Super Sprint, Tubing, Clacks, Splat, Satan's Hallow, Vindicators, Robot Bear,
Root beer.
eh? Oh, Root Bear.
Root beer tapper. That's where you've got to serve people at the bar. I'll show you
So-
that. That's quite wild, that one.
I'm actually fucking dyslexic. It might have been good to have got Simon to have read that out, but it's on there with me reading. It proves I can at least kind of read, I guess.
This one's mad. Have you played this one, dude?
Something about serving beer at a bar.
Oh, it's-
I'm usually all over that. I don't know this one, boss.
It's quite hard.
Alright.
as the customers come down the lanes, you've got to go over to the tap, throw them a beer.
Oh, wicked, slide them down, I like it. Oh, I get it, yeah, and then it gets faster and faster, I guess.
Oh,
You've got to wait for the beer to pour.
and then you got to, when the glass comes,
Oh my God.
that's it, you've got to collect the glass. Oh, blimey, isn't it?
This looks mad. It's making...
Oh, yeah, I mean, no.
Don't rate YouTubes, but it's making me thirsty. I think for what, less than 30 quid nowadays, you can pick these up for, I don't know, 15, 20 quid, can't you? Or not, I don't know.
I don't know either, to be honest, because this one I got years ago when everyone was kind of throwing them away.
Well, let's have a little look.
Yeah.
Let's go live on the internet tubes. Let's have a little look and see how much an Xbox. What is it called? Just an Xbox?
Xbox, yeah.
It's really weird.
I would say Xbox One, but that's the new one.
Yeah, exactly. So Xbox.
Probably say for less than 50 quid, you could get
Yeah.
one with some games, controllers. Yeah, so the other good thing with these first generation Xboxes, obviously, apart from you can get them pretty cheap, you can pick up cheap arcade games for them. You can actually install your own homebrew software, they call it. So you can turn this into an arcade machine. But this is the only Xbox really which you can mod it. So you can use it as an arcade machine or as an emulator. The new ones like the 360 Xbox One.
Yeah, you can't put homebrew on it, can you?
No.
That's what's going on here, dude. This is a really neat. Man, I love that. That's text. Feels great. Nice dexterity. Dexterity. What's all this about then, dude?
Well, all it is, this Xbox here has been in an arcade machine.
Yeah.
But the only problem is I couldn't connect the controls up. Because what we did, well, we haven't shown you this yet, but we've got a Sega Mega Drive in an arcade machine. That works perfectly. And it's easy to hack a control panel so you can connect up your arcade controls. But I took this one apart, I took that one apart, and the terminals on it are so tiny you can't solder to them. So I thought, well, what I'll do is, I'll get one with switches on, and I'll solder to the back of the switches, and I'll connect them to my arcade controls.
Where does that plug into then?
The Xbox.
Oh, it does it?
Yeah.
It's a weird little connector, that one.
I'll
isn't
show
it?
you, Tubes. If we take this one out the front here,
For all intents and purposes, that looks like an RF connector.
but they've got these little, we're all caught up here. Hang on a minute, Tubes. Oh yeah, we're caught up in the drum kit table. Here we go. Yeah, all these Xbox leads, they've got like a adapter cable. So if I unplug that, hopefully this one should plug in.
Oh, that's bizarre.
And if we go back round the front, Jay should be able to. There we go. Hopefully, I haven't actually tested this
Oh wow,
control yet.
yeah, man, it works.
I think one of the buttons doesn't work. That's why I got it cheap. Possibly the Y button, but I think the main buttons work on it.
Cool, man. Up, down, right, left. Well, this is actually better than using that. I don't know which. Let's see if we've got fire or not.
Should be a fire there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all working, man. This is cool. This is better than the other one, dude. We should have used this last night. Ah, damn. Because you've actually got a toggle on it, haven't you?
But what we'll do, James, when I do it, I'll show you. I'm going to take this apart and hack the connections on it. And I'll show you how we can connect it to an arcade cabinet.
That is a cool piece of kit. And quite unusual, it actually comes with a Allen key clipped on the back so that you can actually take the thing apart.
And
That's bizarre.
it also came with a spare, so I think this the joystick, these screw in.
Yeah.
It came with a spare one of these.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I really like that. We should have used that last night. That
would have been good, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Should have. So that works fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I bet they're hard to come by, aren't they?
Yeah, I managed to pick that up pretty cheap, that one. About 15 quid, I think.
That's cracking. Well, there you go, Tubes. I mean,
And we'll show you the video when we connect it to an arcade cab. We'll do a little video on that and show you.
hey, Tubes. So from this edition of TTF OTG, it's goodbye from him,
Mr. Chumley Warner, and it's goodbye from him.
Miss Jason Bangers. We will see you on the flip side of this video, Tubes. Bye.
See you later.
That's really good, that. I like that.